Kolbrin Bible Book 6, Book of Morals and Precepts, Chapter 54, Family Relationship, Son. Much of the book is to develop your moral code. Avoid using it to judge others. NPR 54:5. Your son is what you have made him. If he grows up a failure or weakling, then add not to your unworthiness as a father by rejecting him. He remains flesh of your flesh and your responsibility and burden. In the fullness of time, you can make amends. NPR 54:6. The first step in begetting worthy sons is to make a wise choice of their mother. NPR 54:7. Riches and position. A father may not be able to give his son, but example and good counsel, discipline, and a guiding hand into manhood can be given by every father. These are the birthright of every son. Cursed be the despicable man who denies his own son this birthright. NPR 54:8. No man has ever turned from his father and departed from his household, because he was not given riches and possessions. But many men have turned away from their fathers because they did not receive proper instruction, guidance, and opportunity. NPR 54:9. Cursed be the man who accepts the joys of begetting his children, but evades the responsibility of their upbringing. His sons will not forget, and his old age will be barren and filled with regret and self-reproach. NPR 54:10. A chastisement in the home is a proper preparation for the discipline of life. There is no way other than by a wise and proper upbringing that a youngster can be prepared for life. Communication is the one thing not emphasized when raising children, yet it's imperative to make them aware of why your way is better. They will have to create their own moral code. I talk of the language of perception. It is the 5 senses working together. However, words do not tie into 4 of those senses. We don't communicate to adults, let alone children. And another thing, the child tends to identify with someone. It is not always the parents or the eldest child. For me, it was my grandmother on my mom's side and my grandfather on my dad's side, for different reasons. I had a chaotic childhood. It was those two that I learned how to handle problems, not the parents. Those were not getting along at all. The child has gone the other way. Isolated, a broken string of relationships. There is a reason, and I suggest it has to do with discovering who the child has identified with. At least 2. My grandfather was more intellectual. He was not loving or that great as a father himself. He's the one that damaged the father, my father. It's the intellectual part I valued in him. It was my grandmother that taught me to stand up and challenge others. And this is not easy, and I do not have children of my own. I am only offering points that I think could be important.